More local coverage, a new initiative to tell you about in Rhode Island, working to connect those experiencing homelessness with a permanent and affordable place to live. The governor is going to be announcing a new landlord challenge later today. KAYLA Fish is joining us live in the capital city with those details. KAYLA.
Hey, good morning, Danielle. Well, right now, the governor's office tells us there are more than 150 Rhode Island households who have been staying in hotel shelters since the beginning of the pandemic. But the federal funding that's been keeping them in those hotels is winding down, and they have until the end of June to find permanent housing. So in order to help connect them with options, Governor McKee is announcing a landlord challenge, offering cash bonuses to landlords who house families or people experiencing homelessness. Another incentive as part of this program allows landlords or building owners to be reimbursed up to $3,000. To help explain how these incentives will get more housing online.
Some of those units that might not even be showing up as available because they need some minor repairs here and there, they will now be available through this program, which gives landlords, building owners that added incentive of reimbursing them for the repairs and then housing people who are experiencing homelessness.
Now, Sal will be joining Governor McKee and other state officials and housing advocates here at Amos House in Providence later today to help kick off this new challenge. That event is scheduled for 2 p.m. Live in Providence, I'm KAYLA Fish, 12 News.
Looking ahead now to later today, Governor McKee is going to be launching a brand new program to address the state's housing crisis. It's a new landlord challenge, offering cash bonuses to those who house people or families who are experiencing homelessness. 12 News reporter KAYLA Fish live in Providence with more on how this program is going to work. KAYLA.
Hey, good morning, Danielle. Well, later this afternoon, Governor McKee will be joining other state officials and housing advocates here at Amos House in Providence to help launch this new program that aims to help 150 people and families who currently don't have a place to call home. They've been staying in hotel shelters since the beginning of the pandemic, but the federal funding that's keeping them there is running out, and they have until the end of June to find somewhere else to stay. So this new challenge will offer upfront cash bonuses of $3,000 to participating landlords who help to house these people and families. The program also offers landlords up to an additional $3,000 to cover the costs of needed repairs in their units. It's something the state's housing czar says will help make more housing options available. It's all part of a larger effort to tackle the state's housing crisis.
Because we want to prevent people from becoming homeless in the first place. A lot of people don't realize this, but homelessness is a housing issue. And that's why this administration is proposing $250 million to tackle our housing issues. We want to prevent people from being homeless because any level of homelessness is unacceptable.
Now, this new landlord challenge is modeled after a similar program that went online back in 2020, one that Sal says helped to free up more than 100 additional units in a pretty short amount of time. Today's kickoff event here at Amos House is slated for 2 p.m. Live in Providence, I'm KAYLA Fish, 12 News.